Hello, Facebook, Massage Intuition followers, individuals interested in self-care, or you've heard of Wellness Wednesday. Just wanted to welcome you. Sorry for being a few minutes late today, and I think I'm going to lower this because we're going to have some close massage work or some look at reflexology work to be done on yourself. So welcome for those who are returning. Thank you for continuously supporting. I'm Cindy Velez Mejia, a licensed massage therapist, centralized now in Oklahoma City. And if you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining or checking through on my YouTube page for some hopefully helpful tips on how to do some self-care through therapeutic massage or different concepts of massage, like we'll be doing some pressure points and reflexology today, and what benefits that can offer. So welcome. I always like to start off my sessions by thanking the continued support or welcoming you for the first time, and then do like to mention, as is important for all massage therapists, that we so love what we do. We definitely have a passion for helping to take care of others through this particular therapeutic relief. But of course, what we do doesn't take precedent to any known conditions, medications, any orders, doctor's orders, if perhaps any of these techniques or modalities are contraindicated. So I always like to say that please still watch. Maybe you can share with someone, but if the techniques may not work for you, or it's not a good idea to do them now, we completely understand, and that takes precedent. So we'll go ahead and get started today. If you have not been following, please do Massage Intuition. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Also started a YouTube page, and I like to try once or twice a month to get together and do a live session where I can show you techniques to do yourself. Normally try to keep it condensed because we don't often have much time, but allows for you to ask questions or provide thumbs up that something is working for you. So please follow so you can find out when we'll be together again next time. And so those who have been following, I did share that today I was going to focus on some self-relief that can help stomach issues. And I'll tell you why I decided to do that. One, I personally have been having some stomach issues myself and have provided self-relief and thought, why don't I share this? I also realized that the times that we're in, that's really what launched Massage Intuition live sessions Wellness Wednesday. A lot of stress can cause anxiety and stress, and one of those side effects physically is digestive issues, and that could be nausea, it could be stomach cramping, it could be problems digesting, could be constipation, or it could be diarrhea. So there are things that we can do to help. There's a variety of things, let's be forthright, but this might be something that could be useful for you. And actually it worked effectively for me 3 or 4 times in the last month, and so I wanted to share it with you. And it's actually done on the foot, but just for kind of a whole useful tool, today we'll focus on some pressure points and technique we can do on our feet to help stomach or digestive issues, some pressure points on the elbow and hand. And I'm going to go through, I'll be standing up, but I highly recommend an abdominal massage. You ever heard of that? You can get a bowel massage to help with digestive issues. And I'll self-teach how you can do that to yourself. So welcome to those. I see Heather has joined. Thank you so much. If you're able to hear me and see a thumbs up or heart, something to indicate, but please communicate if there's any challenges as we go through. And we are ready to get started. So if you're doing it with me, I'm hoping that the camera will capture what we're trying to do. I'm just going to do it on this one foot, but ideally you'd want to do both feet to be able to provide relief. So this is actually how I was doing it in bed the night that my stomach issues woke me up. And I'm just going to find the location first. We won't go too much in depth. If you are interested in reflexology, there are fantastic, what they'll call road maps or foot maps that could break down what the different parts of the feet, toes, heel, ball equate to in terms of systems of the body. And if you looked over our history, I do have a YouTube session about that. But today we're going to work on having stomach pain. It could be burning, almost like a heartburn feeling, cramping, nausea, and what can I do? So simply put, if you have your foot in front of you, we've got the top of our big toe, we go underneath the big toe, and we go underneath, right, we kind of call this the ball. We're going to go right underneath that as well. So I've come down the big toe, and I've come down the ball, and there's kind of like a dip there. It's exactly where I'm going to work. And if you noticed, I went right with my curved thumb. And so we just want to find that spot, and I'm going to apply some pressure. I'm pinching in about that much. I'm going to apply about that much pressure, okay? And I just want, as you get comfortable, I'm just going to pinch in like 5 times. And I can go a little bit more to the middle and a little bit more to the side of the foot, but 5 times in there. And we call this, you could be walking the thumb. So walking looks like that. Okay, so I'm actually pushing in. We're going to walk the thumb a couple of times. Now, if that spot, if you found it, you're kind of comfortable there, the idea is to do 10 mini strokes walking the thumb from kind of the lower pace back to right at the edge of the ball of the foot. So I'm going to do 10 up strokes, so kind of an inch down and push up 10 times. And deep breathing as I do that, but just an upstroke about 10 times. Now what's interesting, understandably so, the digestive system is rather big, many components to it, so it need not be just in one spot. If I go just a ½ inch over and do that upstroke, I'm still in the digestive area. If I go a little bit closer to kind of the side of the foot, still in the digestive area. So I'm just going to push up 10 times on that side and release. And I did that, and then you would switch feet, which I could do here. Unfortunately, you wouldn't see it, but it's the same concept underneath the big toe, about and right underneath that thumb, the ball of the foot, and you would push 10 times up in the other direction. And I will admit, as soon as I started to do that 10 times, I could start to feel instant relief for myself. Now, could we do something with it? As you noted, we did this, no oil, no essential oils, purely just hand. And that's pretty common on reflexology. That is pretty common, but you can indeed use something to help. So if you don't have any contraindications or allergies, I utilize some eucalyptus oil. Peppermint is absolutely fantastic, and even lavender could help. So if I do that now, I would actually just take, I don't want to get too heavy into it, but based on the oils that you use, some are okay to apply to the body. They're plant derivative. Some might indicate that they need to be mixed with what they call a carrier oil. So you just might want to have a little coconut oil or, you know, some kind of rubbing oil that you use, and you can do a drop and a drop, okay? Mine is okay to go directly on the foot, so I just have 1 drop of that. I'm going to rub it in just lightly in that area, and I can do those 10 strokes again. And now I am technically applying that essential oil directly to that area or that system that needs the help. So I'm pushing that up, and I can really feel it's relaxing too. And don't forget, we want to apply that pressure and not lighten up on that. Okay, so we apply that pressure all the way through. If you're having other issues with digestive, so you know what, Cindy, I did that 10 times on each foot. I sat back, maybe even breathed in that eucalyptus, and it's not necessarily helping. Or I'm having issues maybe example with constipation and I need more movement. Imagine then that your foot is a reflection of your inside system. So this was a portion of the digestive, but if we did the whole connection, our feet together make up like our colon and intestines. So you could then, if you wanted another routine, so now we've got the heel of the foot. So I'm staying towards the side of the foot by underneath the big toe. If I go right above the heel and push, and I push up, so I'm back to where we just started. So I'm starting from the heel, and I push up on that side, and I walk my thumb across. We're kind of going, we'll get too technical with the transverse colon. So I'm actually kind of imitating my digestive system, and I could go all the way across, okay? And we could go all the way across. You could do the same on the other foot, okay? And that would also help with providing some relief, pressure, and the motion. And it's a walking motion for this, especially if you're dealing, unfortunately, with digestive issues like constipation. And it's kind of a slow pulsating, encouraging those muscles in the organ to activate, because that's what we need for movement to happen. So it's a walking motion all the way up, and it goes across. And so that's what could be very useful. I think this technique I find beneficial because I don't have to go far. I keep eucalyptus and peppermint at my bedside. And so if I do have a stomach issue, I can pop right up, take a couple of deep breaths, bring my foot up, and I just do that, or the walking motion up and across. Okay, and I can do that on the other foot as well. So that's one technique on the foot. Very, very short, but a way to provide quick relief. So there's an option. Hey, Kim, nice to have you. Now, the other I said was, what about I'm at work and I can't take my shoes off to go ahead and take care of that on my feet? What else can be done? Well, we do have pressure points on our hands. So if you take your right hand and place it in front of you, kind of like if you're going to do a salute, in between your thumb and your index, but more toward the base of the thumb, right? So I'll open it just to kind of exaggerate that, right at this point. So you see how I'm not just at the thumb, so I'm kind of where the index goes down, and it would have met right at that 90 degree. I'm going to hold my arm up, and I'm going to hold pressure there for 10 seconds. So I'm pushing in. If I had to kind of exaggerate for you to see, like, enough, yeah, I'm pushing into that spot. Thumb is actually the best if you can curve the thumb and push in like a claw and just hold that in. 2 deep breaths. And another. And if you do it on one side, let's do it on the other. So we claw to exaggerate, just get to that coordinate, that's the word I want to use, where the base of the thumb and the base of the index would meet. Claw with the thumb and push in for 2 deep breaths. 2 deep breaths. Immediately after that, we have a pressure point at our elbow crease. So my right hand is going to go across, soft fist, and right at that crease, right at the base of that crease, I can take my thumb and same thing, claw and push. I'm actually pushing in. If ideally you can just push with the one thumb, great. If you need to grab to apply greater pressure, deep breaths and another. Excellent. Hands down. Cross over to do the same on this side. Right at the crease. So I'm not going in the crease, I'm going right underneath that. I'm applying that pressure. You want to feel that. 2 deep breaths. And release. Okay, and that should start to allow some comfort in the digestive area. One more that can be done easily at the desk is if my hand is up, I'm going between the pinky and the ring finger, And I'm going to follow that straight down to where I hit my wrist. So right where it gets to the wrist. Okay, so I'm not dragging it down. As soon as I finish the palm and I'm on my wrist, I'm going to hold that in for 2 breath counts again. Make sure you're applying pressure. So this hand is almost pushing forward as this pushes back. And that can help relief. And of course, we'll do that on the other side. Same location. Again, stomach issues, pushing in. If you have a problem with a particular finger, or you can go with another. I look like I'm playing a guitar here, but just push in. And again. And provide that relief. And now wait a few minutes. And if needed, especially since that technique can be done anywhere, go ahead and try it again in about 10 minutes if it didn't provide relief. Here's what should happen with either the technique we've just gone over with the feet or what we've just gone over with the hands under the elbow and by our thumb, is it should alleviate or drastically reduce, particularly if there's triggered pain. Again, there could be a variety of reasons why we started off talking about stress, anxiety, there's gallstones, diverticulitis, constipation, there could be menstrual cramping. There could be so many reasons why that gets triggered. Could have been something that we've eaten and we're having a reaction to. So that's what you're looking for. Did it remove the pain or drastically reduce? I will tell you though, even doing these techniques with you now, just the deep breathing, kind of just centralized focus on myself, often helps. And so if any of these are because of anxiety, our hope is that it's an even quicker response. You'll start to feel better, okay? So we went over foot, and again, this will be on YouTube, so you can follow up if you missed any portion of it. We went over hand, elbow, and wrist pressure points. And if you've never heard of or had an abdominal massage, I will show you the motions. It should be done lying down, of course, the shirt pulled up. If you are able and fortunate to see therapists and are having any issues where you think some attention to the digestive system is helpful, ask for either abdominal massage or a bowel massage. And I'm going to show you how to do it to yourself. So what we're basically doing in the abdominal or bowel massage is encouraging us to follow the pathway of the digestive system in reverse, okay? So not to get too technical, but we're gonna, the way it works after your food is eaten is it would go through the stomach and then it does the intestines and then it goes what we call an ascending colon, and then it goes ahead and transfers over the transcending colon and then a descending colon and out. That's what should happen. If you're suffering from constipation, we're going the opposite so that if there is, this doesn't make anyone uncomfortable, this is just natural. If there is blockage, we're working opposite. So we can get, if something's blocked here, get that moved first. Instead of trying to move a whole lot of stuff and still there was no movement here, then we're still in the same boat. Does that make sense? So you're going to want to start on your left side. And you're just going to do just a palm, like right under your rib. You should be lying down for this, by the way. I'm doing it standing up, but if you're going to give yourself an abdominal or bowel massage, the best position, I'll at least show you the position. I'll be out of camera for a moment, but this is the best position for it. That's the best position. Knees bent and laying down. By all means, you can lay with your legs straight because it does make all of the muscles soft. But our goal is to get the digestive organs soft. So here's the routine. Left side, we are going to go with our palm right under our rib. See where I'm at, really just kind of under the left breast. We're going to go palm is is going in. It's pushing in. And we're going to go straight down to above our pelvis bone 10 times. And it's a pretty steady and slow movement. 1, 2, I'll do 5. 5. Okay? Because that would be, if there was blockage, and that would be the first place we want emptied out because it's the closest to the exit. So that's what we want first. Now I can do the transcending colon, and I'm going to pull. I'm trying to go the motion that it would. So I'm going to pull, and I could start with this hand or whatever's more comfortable, and I'm going to go across. So I'm coming right underneath from that right breast, really the rib, and I'm going to pull right across the stomach. And I'm putting pressure, not hurting myself, but I'm putting pressure right across that rib. 10 times, right underneath that rib. All the way across. And here, I'm going to pull up, right? Because what's the motion of what was happening with the food is it was coming up, going across, and coming down. So I'm trying to mimic my muscular strides, my massage strides, in the same direction. So I'm going to pull up from the pelvic bone, up 1, top of the pelvic bone, 2, see how I'm kind of staying in a square, 3, 4, and 5. You would do it 10 strokes each. So let's kind of recap. Left hand under left side rib, right under the left breast, down 10 times. And then we would do the transcending colon. My right hand for me, because I want the palm, we want the pressure, so I want to do 10 strokes across all the way so that it kind of would have connected to where we were going down, across. And now I'm going to do 10 up motion, so I'm going to get to that top of that pelvis bone and pull up with the palm, up, up. So 10, 10, 10. Now, after those 10, we want to do one circular kind of continuous motion so that it would look like this. Ten of those motions. And what we're doing there at the end is at the beginning with those 10 strides, those 10 strokes that you were doing, it was if the problem is here, I'm going to encourage muscular movement here. I want those organs to do, anybody know the fancy word for the movement of your digestive organs to get things moving through? Let me know if you do. So that if the problem was here, we were encouraging it. If the problem was in the transcending colon, we were encouraging movement. Ooh, I almost said the word. So we were encouraging movement across. If the problem was the ascending colon, we were encouraging that movement. Now that we've done that, and the muscle massage, the abdominal massage does encourage movement because of the amount of pressure we're putting. If it was, we do that full circle, kind of closed circle, to get it to move. Because if the problem was here, if there was a constipation or clog up here, and we got it to move, we want to encourage the movement. Just encourage the movement. So recap. If you're self-doing an abdominal or bowel massage, 10 strokes down on the left, 10 strokes from right to left, 10 strokes up from the pelvis up to where you had started. And then close out with 10 full strokes. And I'm just calling these full, but 10 full strokes that will get all of that moving. So really at the end, it's a 40-stroke massage lying down. My encouragement after that, as is with any massage, including the short reflexology that we did on the feet, would be to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Even if you already are great at drinking water. Because we've done a muscle activity that can help encourage movement, especially in the internal organs, let's just encourage and support them. So by drinking water, we encourage digestion and easy movement, right? And that water could literally help move things along and offer great relief. The reason that you hydrate for a massage afterwards is because we've done good movement on the muscles, and we do want to encourage hydration and the movement of toxins too. So it was brief, but these 3 little snippets, hopefully useful tools, are all just ways to help with digestive issues. And they can help more serious things beyond just, unfortunately, stress from anxiety or stress. They can help with decreasing pain from other things. That doesn't override the need for pursuing medical attention as needed. But if you could just help reduce that pain to allow rest, or during a difficult time, or where you couldn't utilize any other means for relief, you now have the area of the foot, or that walking of the thumb across the foot. We addressed the pressure points in the hand, both between the index and the thumb. And then we also found the pinky, between the pinky and the ring finger, and we found the 2 creases on the elbow. And we closed out with going through how to give yourself a full self-abdominal or bowel massage. So that would complete today's session. Remember that today we really did these techniques without anything. However, essential oils are always helpful, particularly for digestive issues such as peppermint, eucalyptus. If you know you have a condition that has inflammation, lavender is fantastic too. And if you ever need help with a product or something to use during a massage, please contact me, Massage Intuition. We do make body care products. We have creams and lotion bars. These would be great for reflexology. And we have a new line out, and I'm coming out with essential oil line as well. So I will close out by hoping that you are all well and safe. To let you know that you can follow me on Massage Intuition YouTube, please, for more content and self-massage and therapeutic techniques. And if you know anyone who could benefit, please share this with them. And this technique that we've gone over, including the foot and the abdominal massage, is a great technique for those of you with children and even with babies. This is a great way to offer relief. Of course, the pressure amount would be adjusted. You may not want to use essential oils, maybe something that you're already using on your little ones, but it is a fantastic technique and one I've used on my little one to help when they're having stomach issues. As always, thank you for joining me here at our live sessions. This is Cindy Velez Mejia signing out, hoping everyone is staying safe, taking care of themselves so that you can take care of others. Please follow me on Massage Intuition Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Look forward to holding another session. And if you're interested in any of the products, please make sure to reach out to me. I do have a store and new line and fragrances that are coming out. Thank you, and take great care of yourselves, everyone. I appreciate your time. Have a great day.